Yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome to World to Australia update on the new recent changes to the legislation. Just introducing our team. On my left I've got Gloria who runs the show. Gloria is registered 2013, 11 years experience, and further around to my left, Han, registered in 2017 with 8 years experience, and myself, Bruce, registered in 2014, and Andy, who's off screen looking after our quality control, registered in 2016. All up, our team's got about 38 years of experience with a range of migration matters. Basically what we're trying to try and do this morning is to give you an overview of these changes. They are significant changes. They are the biggest changes that have occurred since the introduction of the temporary skills shortage 482 visa. It's probably change number 3. Those old enough can go back to 457, then we had the 482. Well, the good news is the 482 continues to exist.
Yeah.
So change number 3, but Gloria will give us the overview. I think, how we going, right?
Very good.
Right. Yeah.
So the first big change is, of course, 482 temporary skill shortage visa is now known as 482 skills in demand visa as of the 7th of December 2024. And do I go?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Go
I think first of all we will because within the time limit of this video we try to give you an update of all the key changes. But if you need any further advice, I would recommend you to book a consultation.
Thank you. So in the old 482, there were the 2 streams, the medium stream and the short stream. With the new 482 skills in demand, there are 3 streams: the specialist stream, the core stream, and the labor agreement stream. The other change is the occupation list.
Which is this one.
Yeah, it's a long list. There's 456 occupation in the core skills occupation list. This replaces the medium long-term skill shortage occupation list, the short-term skill occupation list, and the regional occupation list. 456 occupation compared to, I think there was more occupation in the combined, because there are occupations that's been removed from this occupation list, and there are some that's been added. Now this is going to be updated very frequently by the job and skills demand.
Yep, Job Skills Demand Australia, I think.
Yeah. So that's one of the major change. And then there's the English requirement, which actually isn't a big change. It's just that the English requirement is the same as the medium long-term stream English requirement prior to the change on the 7th of December, which is overall 5 in IELTS with no score below 5.
So like 5.0 IELTS for all bands.
So if I could just quickly make a comment, it's a little more demanding for those who were previously on the short-term stream. The reason behind that is because it's a PR pathway. Essentially, the English standard is higher.
Yeah, you need to have at least a competence score in English for the permanent visa.
So which is IELTS 6.0.
Yeah, in each band.
band.
Whereas now it's overall.
Yeah.
Work experience has changed.
Yeah.
The old 482 requires that you have 2 years of full-time work experience, and this includes casual hours, part-time hours, and full-time hours. So the new 482 skills in demand requires only 1 year of work experience, which is good news. Good news.
Which is really good.
Yeah. Visa application charge is now 3,115, which is going to be indexed accordingly. So 1st of July, there will be increase. The change here is that because there's no short-term stream, everyone pays 3,150.
The same price.
Yeah. The other change is the temporary skill migration income threshold. We call it TSMIT. It's now called the core stream income threshold,
Core
or
skills.
CC.
Core skills.
Core skills income threshold. Yeah, and it's going to be indexed. So currently it's 73,150 for the core stream. For the specialist stream, the specialist stream, they have to be paid at least $135,000 per year. And it's going to be indexed every year. So that 73,150 is just up to the 30th of June 2025. 1st of July, it will increase accordingly. All right. Next change is the PR pathway. So with all the occupation in the CSOL, as we know it, they can apply for the 186 direct entry if they meet the requirements, i.e. they have full skills assessment and they have at least 3 years of work experience. And of course, your employer has to nominate you. Whereas in the old 482, the occupations that were in the short-term list, they can only apply for the 186 TRT, which means you have to have worked with the same employer for 2 years before you can be eligible to apply for the TRT. The other change for the 482C is that the TRT, you don't have to work for the same employer for the 2 years. You could change your employer and still be eligible for the TRT.
Yeah, and work experience will be combined.
Yes. The staff remains for employers. The other change is the caveats. So it's been reduced from 26. So caveat meaning?
It basically, how can I describe a caveat? It's a legal requirement. It confines you to a specific requirement. And it's a condition that they impose, a special condition imposed on specific occupations.
Yeah.
That's about the best description.
Yeah, and the one that was introduced, it's a new one, it wasn't in the 482 TSS, is caveat number 14. So caveat number 14 applies to certain occupations wherein you have to be a passport holder of the country that has an ITO obligation.
International trade
obligations. Yeah.
So the Australian government has entered into an agreement with a Pacific country and an agreement in relation to trade.
So, but the good news is our most popular markets are still in this list.
Yes.
So including the Philippines,
Vietnam,
Thailand, and so on.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Pick a country and
We check for you.
So it's very important to consult with us so that we can guide you and let you know whether you do meet the requirement for the new 482 skills in demand visa.
Yeah. And essentially that's a very quick walkthrough, but I suspect it probably generates questions.
Yes.
What about my situation?
Yeah.
What about my occupation? What about my country?
Yeah.
And so obviously, as Gloria said, the best thing is give us a call, send us an email, and we'll respond.
And we'll also be holding a podcast next year wherein we will answer some questions.
In the new year. No, you can't say next year.
Yeah.
In the new year.
In the new year. Okay, in the new year.
We're almost there.
So, almost there.
Yeah.
So follow us on our Facebook page. Go to our website wherein we will post the first podcast for the year 2025.
And I think we'll be a little bit more informed.
Yes.
Stay updated with all things migration in Australia.
Yeah.
Great.
So thank you very much. Have a very Merry Christmas, and we look forward to a new 2025.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.